Hi guys, MrRoflWaffles here. This is the third episode in my Zombies Mythbusting series, in which I look at things that the community has found and decide whether they are real and worth investigating further, or if they could just be glitches, or maybe just stuff that isn't actually relevant. As always, if you have any suggestions for what I should cover next, then leave a comment, and if you see any other comments that are really good ideas, upvote them and I'll try and get to those comments as soon as possible and bust those myths. We're going to be talking today about the upgraded Banshee. It's obviously a DLC weapon, it's not one of the base weapons in the game, and it's only been available in Zombies in this particular map. Now, it's been teased since Groad Crovey, but it's only now that it's actually playable with. Upgraded, it's called the Slackdan of the Kyleech, or something along those lines at least. I'm not sure exactly how you pronounce it, but regardless, we've upgraded it in this gameplay here, and what I'm going to be doing is shooting it into the mouths of the Nagas, that's the sort of snake-dragon hybrids in Shangri-La. The reason I'm doing this is that a lot of people have said that you can trap the ball of energy inside the Naga's mouths, and what that will then do is maybe activate something on the map, or maybe you have to do this in order to progress with something else, or something along those lines at least. So that's exactly what I'm doing here in this gameplay. As you can see, I'm shooting into the mouths, and it seems like the energy can work in two ways. Either it pretty much explodes straight away and doesn't bounce, or it ricochets, as you just saw it doing there, and fires off somewhere else. Now, as you can see here, I've now got one of the balls trapped. It is inside the Naga's mouth, but notice there was no sound when I got it in the mouth, as in no special sound, no activated this or activated that sound, just nothing. The ball is just trapped there. The effect is trapped there. Then I go over to the other dragon and I'm like, okay, let's do this again, shall we? So I keep trying, and after a couple of attempts, and it's not straight away that this works by any means, as you can see, the ball gets trapped in the Naga's mouth. So at this point, I'm like, okay, this is pretty cool. Let me try and maybe suck the balls up, because if the balls are just there, then maybe they can be used to interact with other staff, or maybe, for example, the Apothecon Servant will actually kind of absorb the balls and draw in their energy, or something along those lines. I did try this in another game also with the upgraded Apothecon Servant, and with regular grenades, just seeing if I could sort of knock the effects around, and with Widow's Wine grenades, and none of them did anything. So then, my next thought was, well, it looks like there might be a bit more space in there, so let's try and get another ball trapped. And lo and behold, as you can see, it worked. There are now two balls in that left Naga's mouth, and so straight away I go over to the other Naga, the right Naga, and once again, after a little bit of trying, I managed to get another ball stuck in there. So clearly now, I have two balls in both mouths. Oh my goodness me, this sounds so ridiculously explicit, it's just ay. So at this point, two balls in both mouths, and so I'm like, okay, it's time for me to do a test. I'm going to go over to some random part of the map and try and find a spot in which I can trap the balls without it being the Naga's mouth. And my criteria for this would be that I was looking for somewhere where the ball would be able to bounce and then be in a very enclosed space, and as such, not be able to move, and it would just get stuck there and wouldn't be able to actually go anywhere. Thus, I came across this part of the wall in Shang. It didn't take me long to find a location at all by any means, thankfully, but came over to this part of the wall, started shooting in there, and as you can see right here, a ball got trapped pretty much straight away, which leads me to believe that this is an effects glitch. What's happening here is the ball is basically just becoming trapped in an enclosed space, and it's ricocheting back and forth, but all we're seeing is the ball basically being stuck in place. Now, what you can actually do, as you can see in this gameplay here, is get even more balls in these spots elsewhere on the map, and so that even further proves the fact that this is not an Easter egg. Plus, there's no sound associated with it. Plus, I also managed to knock one of the balls out of the mouth with another shot from the Banshee, and so that's just further proof, in my opinion, that this really is just a glitch where it's basically just becoming stuck in there because it's an enclosed space and the bullet cannot go anywhere. It's all due to the angles that you shoot it into the mouth. The fact that there's no audio cue, there's no sort of special effect when you get it in there, and also when you do shoot it in there, you have to try a couple of times to actually make it stay there in the mouth. It's not something that happens straight away. If this was an Easter egg step, you just have to shoot it in once and it would just sort of trap the ball, there'd probably be a sound, maybe Rickfin would go, "Ah, I have put the balls in the mouth." Not the first time I've done that. Something like that. Oh my god, that's obscene. Dearie me. But you'd expect something like that to happen, but it didn't happen. And so my conclusion is that this is not an Easter egg. So, hopefully this has been nice for you guys to sort of see me try this out and clarify that this probably isn't actually something that we should be investigating. Good idea though, by all means. Trying to find things like this with the DLC weapons is definitely a good shout, because as they add new features to the game, they're always adding new Easter eggs that involve those new features, and so new guns might mean new eggs. We'll see. So, I've been MrRoflWaffles. Hopefully you've enjoyed this episode of Mythbusting. This has been episode 3. Check out the previous episodes, or in the description there's a link to a playlist where you can check out some future episodes as well. But thanks for watching, leave a like if you have enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.